Today, we're really digging into a legal story that's, well, making waves everywhere. French President Emmanuel Macron and the First Lady, Brigitte Macron, they're suing American podcaster Candace Owens.
That's right.
And this deep dive, it's all about getting into the nitty-gritty, the lawsuit itself, what they're actually alleging, the responses, which are pretty sharp, and we're pulling this straight from the latest reporting.
Absolutely. And our mission here for you listening is really to cut through all the chatter. We're going to unpack the facts based on our main source, which is a recent CBS News report.
Okay.
And we want to explore what this case, this really high-profile case, tells us about how information spreads today, the rights public figures have, their vulnerabilities too, and just the immense power of, digital platforms.
It's huge.
It really is. It's definitely more than just one lawsuit. It feels like a snapshot of reputation in this digital era.
Okay, so given how big this is, let's start right at the core. What exactly are the Macrons claiming Candace Owens did? What's the main accusation here that kicked this all off?
Well, the heart of it is in this 22-count complaint they filed in Delaware Superior Court.
22 counts, wow.
Yeah. They allege Owens essentially peddled claims, false claims, specifically that Brigitte Macron was born male, that she stole someone else's identity, and then transitioned.
Okay.
And they say these claims were put out there in an 8-part series she did called Becoming Brigitte, plus, posts on X, what we used to call Twitter.
Right. So it's one thing to state the claim, but what about the why? From the Macrons' point of view, what do they think Owens' motivation was, and why sue now?
Well, they're very clear on this in the suit. They state the claims are demonstrably false. That's the phrase they use.
Demonstrably false. Okay.
And crucially, they allege Owens knew they were false when she published them. They believe her motivation wasn't about finding truth, but more like the pursuit of fame. They also explicitly state her campaign was, and I'm quoting here, plainly designed to harass and cause pain to us and our families and to garner attention and notoriety.
So they're alleging intent, basically.
Malicious intent. Exactly. That's the core of their argument on motivation.
And with charges this serious, you always wonder, did they just jump straight to court? Or do they try anything else first?
Oh, definitely not the first step, no. They actually sent 3 different demands for her to retract the statements.
3 times.
3 separate demands.
Yeah.
The first one went out in December 2024, and the last one was July 1st, 2025.
Okay.
But according to the lawsuit, Owens just rebuffed them, didn't comply. And what's really interesting, maybe telling, is that she published that big multi-part podcast series after she got that first retraction request.
Oh, wow. So after they asked her to stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Macrons are saying their hope with the lawsuit now is really to set the record straight and end this campaign of defamation once and for all. It sounds like a final resort for them.
Right. Okay, so the Macrons have laid out their side pretty thoroughly. How has Candace Owens responded? I mean, predictably, she's not staying silent, right? How does she frame her defense?
No, definitely not silent. Her spokesperson came out with a pretty defiant statement. Just, quote, Candace Owens is not shutting up.
Okay, blunt.
Very. And she's framing this whole lawsuit as basically a foreign government attacking the First Amendment rights of an American independent journalist.
Ah, the First Amendment defense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Her spokesperson also mentioned that Owens had repeatedly requested an interview with Brigitte Macron, implying they wouldn't engage.
I see.
And they're suggesting the Macrons are now, quote, resorting to trying to bully a reporter into submission. They really drew a line in the sand saying, in France, politicians can bully journalists, but this is not France, it's America.
That contrast is pretty stark, and it brings up a really key legal point for anyone following this. When a public figure like a president and first lady sues for defamation in the U.S., what's the actual legal hurdle they have to clear? It's not just proving something isn't true, is it?
No, you're spot on. It's a much higher bar. It's called the actual malice standard.
Actual malice.
Right. Yeah. And what that means is the plaintiff, the Macrons in this case, they have to prove that the defendant, Owens, either knew the statement was false when she made it,
okay,
or that she acted with reckless disregard for whether it was true or false.
Right.
Just being wrong isn't enough.
So negligence isn't enough? It has to be knowing falsehood or recklessness.
Precisely. It's designed, to protect free speech, even speech critical of public officials.
Yeah.
And the Macrons lawsuit directly tries to meet this standard. They allege Owens published, knowing it was false, and acted with that reckless disregard for the truth.
Which is always tough to prove, right? What someone knew.
It's definitely a significant legal challenge in court, proving that state of mind.
So, besides this alleged pursuit of fame, did the Macrons claim any other reasons behind Owens' actions? Like, were financial motives mentioned?
Yes, they did. The lawsuit specifically points to a financial motivation.
How so?
They allege her podcast series, the one making these claims, was monetized, that it was used to, quote, solicit contributions, promote subscriptions, and raise her brand.
So basically, profiting from the controversy.
That's what they're alleging, yes. A calculated effort to make money from these claims.
And what did the Macrons say has been the real-world effect of all this on them? What's the damage they're claiming?
They describe it as tremendous damage. They talk about a campaign of global humiliation, how their lives have been turned into fodder for profit-driven lies, and experiencing relentless bullying on a worldwide scale.
That sounds pretty intense. Personal.
It does. And their lawyer, Tom Clare, he's quoted calling it a clear-cut case of defamation. So it's clear they feel there's been a significant personal and reputational cost here.
Okay, let's just step back for a second and get the timeline straight. You mentioned these claims weren't brand new. When did these baseless claims, as the report calls them, about Brigitte Macron actually start? And how did Candace Owens get involved?
Right, good question for context. So these specific claims about Brigitte Macron, they actually started bubbling up around March 2021.
Okay, 2021.
Yeah. But Candace Owens didn't really pick them up and amplify them until March 2024. At that time, she was still working for the Daily Wire.
Oh, okay.
And then, sort of an interesting side note, she was let go from the Daily Wire later that same month, March 2024.
Right, I remember that.
Then, fast forward a bit, she launched her own podcast, just called Candace, in June 2024.
Yeah.
And it was on this new platform that she really leaned into these allegations, doing that whole series.
I see. And just for full context, Emmanuel Macron became president in 2017, and they got married back in 2007.
That's right. So they've been prominent public figures together for quite a while now.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all really boil down to for us, for the listener? You've got this intense battle, the Macrons pushing back hard against what they see as calculated, harmful lies spread for profit and fame.
Right.
And then you have Candace Owens framing it as a powerful foreign government trying to silence an American journalist and attack free speech. It's a real clash of narratives.
It absolutely is. And this case, is really more than just about these specific people. It highlights this incredibly tricky balance we're always negotiating between, well, free speech, the responsibility that comes with publishing information online especially, and how we protect individual reputations.
Particularly when you have international borders involved and figures this prominent.
Yeah.
It really makes you think, doesn't
Enough
it? Do our current laws, our ways of handling defamation, really work effectively in this global, super fast social media world?
That's the big question.
It is. And maybe something for everyone listening to consider is, how do we, just as a society, figure out what's true and hold people accountable when information, and crucially misinformation, can spread literally around the world in seconds? It's a challenge we're all facing.